I thought people might like to see the inner workings of a top bar hive. So I've put together this small video that you can see there, the front and the back. And this is a hive that we've got that's already working, and you'll notice it's got a landing board, which the bees ignore. So I'm not going to bother putting one on the new hive. There's the hive from the back. And what I've done is to put on a hinged lid so that it's easier to lift and manipulate. So when we raise the lid, you'll see on the left there is a cover for the feeding station, and then the top bars themselves. There's one missing because I'm trimming it, and there's the lid in the up position resting on some lugs. And from the front of the hive, that's the lid again. Okay, so what we've got here is a follower board, which is used to shape the hive in the first place. And you see it's got a hole in the bottom, and that is for access to the feeder on the left of the hive. There you see it's trapezoid. It's a bit awkward to cut, but not impossible. Looking inside the hive, you'll see that there's a mesh floor, which is about 5 inches wide, and those are 3 plugged. They're just ordinary wine bottle corks. Now, you can use a follower board to divide the hive. So you'd plug that middle hole, put the follower board in that position, and you could then accommodate either a swarm or use the other half of the hive for splits, for example. Now, taking a look at the top bars themselves, they're just 17 inches long bits of batten, 1.5 inches wide and about 3/4 of an inch thick, with a strip of thin stuff along the middle to give the bees something to build the comb on. Going round to the front of the hive, there are the 3 entrance holes, about 2 inches up from the base. If we go round to the rear, there are 2 alternate entrances on the rear face. Looking at the feeding end of things, we've got a follower board in with a hole in the bottom so they can get into the feeding chamber. If we pull that back, there's a simple piece of plywood, 2 holes drilled to accommodate an upside down bottle, and you can also put mesh over the holes with fondant on top. In terms of insulation, this is just an old piece of carpet underlay which just lies over the tops of the top bars, and there's room for plenty more insulation if it's a really cold winter under the roof. One of the things about the top bar hive is that it is supposed to be extraordinarily bee friendly, and it's certainly beekeeper friendly because you're not lifting huge great boxes of stuff off the tops of hive, and from the bees' point of view, you're not lifting off all the stuff that's keeping them warm and dry and exposing them to the atmosphere. You're just working from one end of the hive towards the brood so that you're never sort of stressing them by lifting off the whole of their cover. It remains to be seen how well our top bar hives work out, but certainly I'll keep you up to date on that.